Judge William Carter had spent decades sitting on the bench, ruling with an iron fist. To the outside world, he was a respected figure, a man of the law. But behind the polished veneer was a deep-seated prejudice, one that had cost many young black men their futures. He saw them as troublemakers, criminals, undeserving of second chances. And when 17-year-old Eric Johnson stood before him, accused of a crime he didn't commit, Carter had already made up his mind. Eric, a high school senior with dreams of becoming an architect, was accused of robbing a convenience store, a crime with no real evidence against him. The security footage was blurry, the eyewitness statements conflicted, but none of that mattered to Judge Carter. In his eyes, Eric was guilty the moment he walked into the courtroom. Ignoring the desperate pleas of Eric's mother, the judge sentenced him to 10 years in prison. The gavel slammed down, sealing the fate of an innocent young man. As Eric was dragged away, his mother collapsed in grief. "One day, you'll pay for this," she screamed, her voice echoing through the silent courtroom. Judge Carter scoffed. To him, justice had been served. 5 years passed. Eric spent his youth locked in a cell, robbed of opportunities, his bright future reduced to a distant dream. Meanwhile, Judge Carter continued his reign, believing he was untouchable. But fate had other plans. One evening, Carter's 21-year-old daughter, Sarah, was walking home from a party when a man grabbed her. She screamed, struggled, but there was no one around to help. The attacker dragged her into a dark alley, his grip tightening. Just as she thought it was over, another figure appeared. "Let her go," a voice commanded. The attacker hesitated before taking off into the night. Sarah fell to the ground, gasping for breath. When she looked up, she saw her rescuer, a tall, familiar-looking man. "Are you okay?" he asked. She nodded, still shaken. Who are you?" He stepped into the light. It was Eric Johnson. Sarah's heart pounded. She had seen his face before, years ago, in a courtroom. She was the daughter of the man who had stolen his freedom. And yet, he had just saved her life. When she told her father what had happened, Judge Carter's face turned pale. Guilt, shame, and fear clashed within him. The boy he had wronged, the boy he had condemned without a second thought, had just saved his daughter. Days later, Sarah visited Eric, now a free man after new evidence proved his innocence. "I'm sorry for what my father did," she whispered. Eric met her gaze, his expression unreadable. "I didn't save you for him," he said. "I saved you because I won't be the kind of man your father thought I was." And with that, he walked away, leaving Sarah with a truth her father could no longer deny. Justice had a way of finding those who ran from it. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell icon.